Star Citizen has several types of dynamic events already. Some are more frequent while others are less. Most notable is the jump down, the risky cargo delivery with pretty good chances for PvP and other scheming. There are also others like the Siege of Horizon, which requires cooperation between a lot of players on clearing different islands in the skies, to the eventual finale and taking on some serious bosses. Or the well-known Xeno threat, revolving around ship resupply and combat of capital class. We have also had the blockade running, which is a bit newer, while there are also several unique events which have only happened once. Actually, the fight for Pyro is one of the newest and one of the most unique, seeming to be the biggest and is ongoing every month this year. It is clearly meant to be one time and is unique with its rewards, but it will leave the provided content still available to the extent in the game, just not part of this event. And that will also exclude you from getting any of the rewards which were active during this event. It expands out pretty widely, bringing PvP and PvE elements every month. So it seems less likely that we will be getting many of these old events this year. With everything that has been stated, there's a pretty good probability that this year-long event will grow into separate branches on different events in the future. Not only in the way that we will have special events lasting several months or year, but more so that it might get certain parts from these events which we have seen to be reused in other dynamic encounters. Because this latest gigantic space laser gives potential for this to be used also as a weapon which requires setup to take out heavy duty bunkers / bases. To be used as more of a weapon and less of a mining tool. That is just one part of it. There can also be simpler collective harvesting and trade scenarios which we have been presented over the years. And most of these events are based behind backstories why we need to do A, B or C. So basically there has been a reason for why we do everything we have done for these events. As we do have many similar actions, there's of course always need for these backstories, and perhaps sometimes they can even motivate us to take part of these events. Most of it is very simple and straightforward as we have experienced them many times before, sometimes even in the base of regular missions. But the question is more so in what new ways could they surprise us, from invading a rogue space station or hostiles taking over a space station to the capital ship repossession or straight on piracy. These would be the few simplest things which could be done and which of course come to mind. But now, since we have larger ships and orbital lasers, why not something unique, which blocks the access from air and requires our attention from the ground, creating a scenario for the use of ground vehicles, since we really don't have too many occasions to bring these tools, tanks, trucks, bikes out for combat. There is potential for growth, but I think they missed few rather obvious ways to initiate interesting scenarios. At least that's my opinion. I would like for a scenario to play out in an interesting way which denies us the use of air vehicles, but permits or even suggests, encourages the use of ground vehicles. I think this is something that has potential, but they have just missed out on these ideas. But perhaps that's just me, and feel free to disagree, but leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.